Good morning. Welcome to a weekend vlog. It is Saturday. We've got a lot of things on the agenda. I'm starting this vlog in my kitchen because I'm about to make myself a coffee, and then I'm going to do these atrocious dishes that needs to be done. It needs to be done. Anywho, I have to go check on her. About to make me a coffee, then do these dishes. On today's agenda, we have to go to the bakery and put in our order for our gender reveal cake, because we have the gender. Well, I don't know it, but I have it on a card that I'm going to give the baker and the design for the cake so that we can get that made for our party soon. And then we're going to be going to the state fair, the Minnesota State Fair to be exact. And it's going to be very fun. I'm going to meet up with my friends, gonna have a grand old time, and that's the vibes. So for now, I'm just going to, because I'm gonna be at the house in about 30-45 minutes. I'm gonna make this coffee, do these dishes, go upstairs and get dressed, and then you'll probably see us headed out to the bakery. My desk is low-key a hot mess. Don't mind that now. I did want to let you guys know as well that I did start reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. I started reading this on my Kindle. I'm annotating it on my Kindle, as well as I do already have the physical copy of the book, which is right here. When I get done, as I read and get to certain parts and breaks, I copy my annotations from my Kindle and have started tabbing them in the physical copy as well. I am enjoying this book. Let's see how far into it I am. I also started it off by listening to the audiobook because I felt like that would help me get into the book. I have the audiobook on Libby, and now that I know what everybody's supposed to sound like, I do not listen to the audiobook anymore. But as I'm reading it, I do hear it in the English accent, which is kind of funny. I am on page 52. I'm 10% into the book. And Robin just got to the school and met his roommate. I'm enjoying my time so far. People have said that she can be really wordy and whatnot. I felt like she was wordy a lot. R.F. Kuang, wordy a lot in Yellowface. But in this book, in Babel, I'm not noticing it as much because I feel like it's almost necessary. He is going to the school for a certain type of education to gain a certain skill set, and he's also learning a new language, and there's a lot of detail in learning that new language, and I feel like that is necessary for the story. It doesn't feel like it's too much, or it's too wordy, or it's too academic. That's just the point of the story. He's going to school, right? So I think people were being dramatic on that, but yet again, I'm only 10% in, 52 pages, but I'm enjoying my time. I'm enjoying the learning aspect of it all. So I just want to let you guys know that I am reading that, and I will keep you updated on my thoughts on that book. I know Catabasis just came out, but I was like, I've had Babel on my shelf since, it's August. I've had Babel on my shelf since November, so I need to get that started. Hi vlog. it is now Saturday night. That clip you saw of me reading Babel earlier was this morning. I didn't do anything today. Literally didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. I read Babel this morning and then played Stardew Valley for like 2 hours. And then I came and laid down in the bed. I laid in the bed for like an hour, and then I went over to my parents' house for family dinner, and then now I've been home for a few hours, and I've just been on the couch watching YouTube. So now it is about 8:30, and I'm about to read Babel some more, but I realized I didn't vlog anything, but then again, I didn't do anything today. So this is just a little check-in. Tomorrow I will be going to the fair again, so I'll get some more clips of that. And I just have the day off tomorrow. Tomorrow's Labor Day, and I do need to record my August reading wrap-up. I want to have that done, so I'll do that in the morning. I won't add it in this vlog, but I will make it just a separate video. So I just wanted to check in with you guys because I didn't check in today. So I will see y'all in the morning. I'm going to just sit here and continue into Babel, which I'm having a good time with this. Okay? I don't know what y'all was talking about. This is not intimidating whatsoever. Don't be scared. Getting ready to go to the fair again. This time around, I'm gonna try to be more vocal and record the foods that we're going to be eating so that you guys can see that more than just like the outside crowd area like 2 days ago and those 2 days ago clips. So should be a very fun time. The best lotion. Hi. I am going to be wrapping up this vlog here. Before we wrap it up, I am going to give you guys my August reading wrap up because I'm just going to throw it into this video. Because why not? I felt like the video needed a little bit more substance, so here's the substance. I completed 5 books in the month of August, this has been my longest, or not my longest, but the most books I've read in a month since like May. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, so starting off strong, which I've talked about this book before, and I kind of gave a wrap up on this book in one of my previous videos. I rated the book 4 stars, and that was The Reformatory. I really enjoyed this book. This was a historical fiction horror story. 4 stars. It was really intense. I'm glad it ended on a relatively high note, but man, was it rough to get through. Robbie, I think about him still because he went through a lot. He was just a little boy, basically thrown in a boy prison. On top of that, he was seeing ghosts. It was just not the ideal situation. Hello. But I did enjoy that story, so I did rate it 4 stars, and I do recommend if you want a spooky story to read and it was very uncomfy story to read as well. The next book that I finished in the month of August was Capadonna. This is the very first book in the Capadonna series. I rated it 3 stars. I only rated 3 stars because it was very like insta-lovey, way more insta-lovey than, well, Capone was also insta-lovey, but like Capone was like love bombing Aaron severely. But Capadonna, I felt like it was really mutual. Capadonna and I don't even remember what the girl's name was. The love interest in that story. Them two, insta-love. But overall, I did enjoy the book. I did read it very quickly. But that's the only gripe that I had with it, is that they fell in love really fast and just moved so quick. It was like, girl, are you serious right now? But I get it. She was also in a very tough situation. She was not in a good situation whatsoever with her. I don't even want to say previous relationship. He was just basically owned her. She was one of like 6 wives to this man. So if you know, you know, that's no good. Anyways, moving on. The next book that I finished in August was The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. I also rated this 3 stars, but I think I rated it 3 stars mostly because of the way that I read it. I listened to it on audiobook and I felt like it was kind of hard to keep up with in the audiobook because I was like, okay, where does this story start and when does the story, like the chapter breaks, like that's what was throwing me off. When does this chapter start versus the chapter ending? It just felt like it just kept running, and I was like, I think I would have enjoyed it more if I actually read it with my 2 eyes, if I'm being completely honest with you. But it was also a very, very hard story to get through. Nothing happened, nothing good happened, I mean, to those characters. So I think it was also my mood. I wasn't in the mood for that like I thought I was. I knew it was going to be hard to read and not enjoyable, so to say, but it was way less enjoyable than I anticipated. Didn't hate it, didn't love it, 3 stars. But I will be reading more Toni Morrison books in the future. So there's that. The next book that I read was Dread Nation, and that was by Justina Ireland. And that's a part of a duology. I haven't read the second book or even started the second book yet. It is on Kindle Unlimited, which is nice. I read the first one, Dread Nation, on Libby, and I enjoyed that. That was a very interesting story. Very, very, very interesting story. Very interesting concept. Um, it was like historical fiction, like a YA historical fiction, and it was set in like the civil rights time. It was civil rights ex zombies. Um, very crazy combination. Imagine dealing with the Civil War on top of dealing with zombies. Yeah, it was interesting. I did enjoy my time reading that book, though. I really, really did. If you want something that's very interesting, very out of the box, um, that is a story that I would suggest you read. It is YA, so be mindful of that if you're not really into that type of vibe. I didn't know it was YA when I started it, but it didn't make me feel any different about the story. I did enjoy my time. I just did feel like it was a little corny at some parts, but that's usually what to expect in YA novels and YA books. So, Dread Nation, I rated that 4 stars because I just found it so fascinating and it was interesting. And I wanted to see where the story went, and I wanted to see where the characters went, and kind of left on a interesting note where it's a good lead into the second book. So, I will get to it eventually. And then the final book that I read in the month of August that I also thoroughly enjoyed was by S.A. Cosby, All the Sinners Bleed. That was a story. That was a mystery. That was a thriller. That was very morbid at times, like chasing serial killers. A serial killer that only was killing black kids, to be exact. Like, hello? Very morbid, but I also enjoyed the thriller vibes. It was very eerie. 4 stars. I enjoyed it. This was my second S.A. Cosby book. The first one I read was Razorblade Tears. Now I've got All the Sinners Bleed checked off on my list, and I don't know if I want to read King of Ashes next or something else. I might read something else because I see some of his other books are on Kindle Unlimited, and King of Ashes is not because it's like his most newest book, and I'm poor. So I'll probably just read the older books first, which is fine because I already have Kindle Unlimited. But All the Sinners Bleed was really, really good. I did enjoy that. I am enjoying S.A. Cosby's writing, and I love how he just throws you into stories. Like, he just puts you into the chapters, and you're like, okay, but who are these characters? What do they mean? And, like, what next? Like, he writes like you know what's going on almost. I mean, you should know, but, like, you're just thrown into the story. And that's something that I like to be done in books. I like to just be thrown into the story. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time, and I will be reading more of S.A. Cosby stories. Yeah, he's got a fan out of me. So those were the 5 books that I finished in the month of August. That was a really quick August reading wrap up off the dome. No notes, just GoodReads. I did enjoy this month of reading. I'm looking forward to September's month of reading as well as October because I want to read some thrillers. I'm in the mood for thrillers, creepy, eerie books. So that will be what I'm trying to get to next. The spooky season, the spooky books, the thrillers, all those. That's what I want next. So yeah, I guess I'll just wrap up this video here because I felt like it needed an ending, and here is the ending. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys look forward to more videos from me in the future, and I will see you all in the next one. I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye bye.